Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're having a wonderful day or a good night whenever you're watching this. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my winter biannual Bibliothon TBR. This is a readathon that takes place twice a year, once during the summer and then again during the winter. I'll be leaving you the link for the official Bibliothon YouTube channel down below if for whatever reason you haven't heard of it and you want more info. I'm actually really excited for this because this is going to be my first attempt at a read-along. It just falls during a perfect week when I'm not in school and it's the holiday season is over, so there's not as much commotion going on around my house with family and holiday stuff. So I'm going to have ample time to just sit down and read. I was thinking of doing the video challenges that go along with the Bibliothon, but I'm not creative enough for that, so I decided to skip on that. I'm thinking about vlogging. I think that will be fun, but we'll see if I actually do that. But without further ado, let's get on with the TBR. The first challenge is to read the group book, which is called Stalking Jack the Ripper. I actually got the audiobook from my local library. Hopefully this will be the first audiobook that I listen to in its entirety. The second challenge is to pick any challenges from previous Bibliothons. For that one, I chose a challenge of reading a graphic novel. For that, I chose the challenge of reading a graphic novel, so I'll be reading The Amazing Spider-Man by JMS. I'm saying the writer's initials because I can never really say his name. So yeah, this is actually the 4th volume. I've read the first 3 volumes. I really love them. Hopefully this will stack up. Hopefully this will be as good as the other ones. The third challenge is to read a book that was released in 2016. So I'll be reading Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. This was originally published in January of 2016. I've talked about wanting to read this before. Now, since the sequel is coming out either in January or February of this year, I actually want to get started with it so I can stay on top of this series. The fourth challenge is to read a book a booktuber has recommended to you. I'll be reading Bakuman, which is a manga that was written by the same guy who created Death Note, which is the first manga that I've ever read and that I really loved. This is the January pick for the My Lexi Universe Book Club on Goodreads, so it's kinda like a recommendation. I might be cheating, I don't know, but we're all good. It has a very interesting plot for a manga because it's about these 2 teenagers who want to create a manga. The fifth challenge is to read a book that you've been meaning to read for a while. I decided to go with Hard Times by Charles Dickens. I took a literature class 2 semesters ago, and even though we never read any books by Charles Dickens, the professor would always be talking about Charles Dickens and praising him and specifically mentioning this book. I decided to go ahead and purchase it so that I can get into Charles Dickens and read more classics. The sixth challenge is to read a retelling, but I decided to skip that one. The retellings that I have read so far have been disappointing. Skip that for now. If I, for any bizarre reason, finish reading all of the other books, then I'll look for a retelling. And the 7th challenge is to read a diverse book. So for this, I decided to go with a book that is very prolific, well known in my region. It's Borderlands by Gloria Anzaldúa, which is a Mexican-American novel. Some parts are written in Spanish and other parts are written in English, which is really interesting. I'm curious to see whether or not I like it. The challenge seems like the perfect opportunity to finally read this book, and that has been what I hopefully plan on reading for the Bibliothon. I'll be happy if I read 3 books. reading 6 books seems kind of like a stretch for me at the moment, so I'm aiming for 3. I'll be really happy if I actually do read all 6, but I doubt it since some of these are very like 400 or 300 page books. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you are participating in the Bibliothon, please let me know down below. And if you have a TBR video up, I would love to check it out. Thank you guys for watching.